Listen, I don't care if the last video flopped. I am nothing if I'm not dedicated to the sexual abilities of fictional people. Because unlike with real people, with these guys, I can use math. Welcome, dear friends, to a little program I'd like to call The Sack, where I use Fallout 2's sex rating formula to speculate how skilled of a lover any given character in the Fallout franchise may or may not be.
Here is our formula for those of you who are new. Charisma times 50 plus endurance times 25 plus agility times 13 plus strength times 12, all of that divided by 100. And here's an updated rating scale that includes the numbers that the official one missed.
For this first episode, we're going to take apart the first companion that we meet in Fallout 4. And no, I'm not talking about Preston. Codsworth.
Codsworth is the household companion for Nate or Nora, the sole survivor/player character in Fallout 4. He is polite, dedicated, and pretty deadly with his flamer attachment.
Flamer? What's Bethesda trying to tell us?
Little peace and quiet at last.
Even robots have stats. Ergo, robots are allowed to fight.
The old boy has great stats with a strength of 9, perception of 10, endurance of 7, charisma of 7, intelligence of 16, agility of 10, and luck of 7. He has the highest intelligence out of all of the companions, which makes sense given that he's a robot. Though when we take a look at a certain other robot companion, I have questions.
As an additional bit of information, he has a carry weight of 150, a fun British accent, and the brave confidence type. So with all of these stats, he is a great companion to have. No judgment if you keep him the whole time. But can this robot hit it?
Let's just take a look at the math and whoa!
That's right, gang. This robot is very good at boning. Apparently.
Mr. Sexy?
It's important to note that Codsworth is not a romanceable companion.
But just because your sole survivor isn't willing to do it doesn't mean that he can't.
Relationships are a lot like algebra. You always look at your ex and try to figure out why.
So, what does innate mean for a 3-armed, nuclear-powered personal assistant?
I interpret this information to mean that he knows a lot. Like, he could recite a lot of tips, tricks, and techniques that could really make the human body tick.
Mr. Orgasmo?
He would likely present this information in a pretty clinical way, though I imagine he'd also get pretty embarrassed if you told him to keep going.
Had I not been made of metal, I'd be blushing, sir.
I think you need to take a few levels of robotics expert to take things out of the talking stage.
Your mistress is in good hands.
But with the right mods, you can have a great time.
So, what have we learned today, friends?
I think there's a very good reason why General Atomics International sold so many of these bad boys to the housewife demographic, besides how good they are at keeping house.
A blind man walks into a bar. And a table. And a chair.
I think these high scores also explain why Matt Berry was chosen to play the man himself in the Fallout TV show.
You want to finish your final human orgasm?
No! What a disgusting idea!
Here's to hoping we get to see more of Bartholomew J. Codsworth and his army of Mr. Handies in the second season.
Well, my friends, you better have a good one, and maybe take off that flamer attachment. For your safety.
I don't want to set the world on fire.